Oh, hi. Welcome to the stream. Today we are going to have a lot to do. At least as far as I can imagine. And we're going to do things in a little bit of a weird order. As the title of this stream suggests, our main dish of today will be an event called Stellar Mythos. But before we get there, I want to do an event that has been going on over the last few weeks. All that after I beat this boss, if I beat it. Dame. Boss beating is very important. I mean, I already beat him, but my time was not especially great. This is the final boss for this week's Abyss. So, the faster I beat it, the better I am compared to the other players in Abyss in the game. But I'm not doing great against this guy. Would be great if he would be about done. That should do it. I was in 4th place before I started this. Let's see if I have... No change. Oh well. Can always try tomorrow, I guess. Back, please. Back. Back to the home screen. Oh, I do have many plans. No, I cannot be the very best like no one ever was. That is just beyond me. But at least getting in the top 3 would be nice. Yeah, Stellar Mythos over here is our main dish today. But let's ignore that for now. Because I am pretty sure, in terms of story, Durandal's pilgrimage is important to know beforehand. So let's look at that first. Compared to previous times when I wanted to record any of these web events, this one doesn't seem to be too laggy. So we can take a look at it. I already played it, so it's not gonna be new to me. But it's still very nicely made, so I want to have it on stream. It's gonna be a story in 4 parts. A journey of Durandal. This is the story of a girl who is named after the Holy Blade. The story spans beyond the sea and the land, cities and islands, till reaching the depths of the boundless rift in time. Her name is Bianca Atagina, but she is better known as Durandal. She saved the universe at the age of 12, and now her journey is about to begin. How are we even supposed to set out? Master Bianca, it's no use venting your frustration at an object. I'm angry at those spineless sailors. I can't believe a male Leviathan scared them into hiding under their beds. Are you mad? Asking us to sail you off to the island? A colossal monster called Leviathan has occupied the coastal waters. It'll crush any ship that dares to leave the island. Give up this insane idea if you value your lives. Damn right he is. When it rears its head, it's the size of a mountain. It's as deadly as a maelstrom. It feeds on whales like we do on sardine. It's a breathing calamity. Then again, we didn't come to this world through the genius device to be trapped on an unknown island. We will never accomplish the mission of finding the ether anchor assigned by Overseer Otto at this rate. I'll take that beast down once and for all. Age of 12 is the best time to save universes, you will find out. The outwinds brushed past their cheeks, and the sea spread over the horizon silkenly. Yet in the serene deep blue lurks a desire for bloodshed. But Bianca stood firm and calm. She was a very well-trained Valkyrie. Master Bianca, I'll sail out to bait Leviathan out of hiding. Please take this opportunity to climb onto its back and deal the final blow. Don't worry, I'll make quick work of it, so it won't be able to lay a finger on you. Master Bianca, I knew we could count on you. All of a sudden, the surrounding waves began to billow with rage, as if they were the ambush laid by the sea. A wall-high surge closed in on them with crushing force. Here it comes! Defeat Leviathan! Step. As expected of Master Bianca. Quiet down! Master Bianca, over there. That must be the source of its power. Leave it to me! Quick-time events. A job well done, Master Bianca. No mission is too daunting for me. Rita, is the ship rocking? A steel titan resembling a submarine surfaced out of the blue. The next thing they knew, it fired a barrage of missiles at Leviathan and struck it down in a spectacular display of explosions. Unfortunately, Leviathan fell down right upon Bianca and Rita's sailboat. No way! My apologies. We were busy dealing with the sea monster, so we didn't see your tiny boat. Rita, can I punch this grinning idiot right in the face? Haha, lady, you gotta look at the bright side. Compared with a sailboat, my Caledonia is obviously superior in terms of speed and durability. Let me reintroduce myself properly. Captain William Shakespeare is humbled to make your acquaintance. Welcome aboard Caledonia. Why on earth is Shakespeare sailing? Master Bianca, historical figures from any age could appear in a bubble universe. You just have to accept it as fact. Besides, Shakespeare agreed to take in the sailors on the island and provide transport for us. I don't believe in all's well that ends well. Not superior in terms of Durandal ability. Good, very good. Ladies, since you're so curious about the whats, whys, and hows of this world, I'm obliged to take you to a place. In fact, we are already on our way there. What place? This is the walls of Asgard. The existence that will ultimately consume this world. At the beginning, the walls of light only appeared in a lost city, but now they've spread across the whole of Europe. The worst part is that they are still spreading. One day they'll engulf this world. It's inevitable. These walls are formed by pure Honkai energy? I'm afraid so. This indicates the lands encircled by the walls have become barren wastelands where no creature but Honkai beasts can survive. By the way, it's also impossible to cut through the walls. The average energy density of a section is about 1000 Honkai watts per square meter, so anything touching them will be disintegrated instantly. I'm assuming that's Honkai watts. I'm not entirely sure what the W stands for. Don't be so surprised. I just so happen to have a crewmate who knows a thing or two about the Honkai you mentioned. Exclamation mark. So it is fate that led me to you. I didn't know to whom to entrust this this legendary sword. Holy Blade Durandal, the only weapon that can slice those wicked walls of light in half and save this world. Here, take it. Hey, what's this about? Stop pressing it on me, The moment Bianca took the sword, her mind conjured up the image of an unknown place, a magnificent city, a primitive island. Master Bianca, are you okay? Legendary scrap. Nothing. The blade seems to possess great power, but it's too impaired to channel it. I knew I found the right person for the job. It must have told you where the scattered gems are. Gems? That's right. Durandal's power comes from 7 gems. If you collect all 7 gems, you can have any wish granted. Yes, sort of. At least it'll be able to slice through the walls like butter. Why don't you start working on a manga if you like making things up? Do you really think I'd fall for something so implausible? Oh look, it's the Gem of Courage. Just holding it in your hand has fully restored it. What she said was true? Master Bianca, to continue with our mission in a world heavily corrupted by the Honkai, we need unconventional approaches. Alright, we can't leave the Honkai alone in any case. Looks like it's decided! Then we shall embark on the search for the gems. Bianca, the one chosen by the Holy Blade, my Caledonia can take you anywhere. For example, to Alexandria. This is Alexandria, the largest city in the world that the captain told us about. It looks more like nostalgic than prosperous. Ladies, this is the city police speaking with you. Since this is your first visit to our city, we request input of your basic information. Police? This city is run by robots. Iron Mast, the guy Shakespeare pointed to us. You're the crewmate who knows the Honkai well, I assume. Huh? You followed us after we disembarked without a word, so I thought you were mute. That mask of yours, are you trying to play the cool guy? My matters are of no importance. I'm from Caledonia, and we've registered before. They are with me. Information verified. Welcome to Alexandria. Let's go. Hold it. I'll take the lead. Since you're working with us, you should follow me, the team leader. I thought you needed a guide. Oh. Anyway, let's probe around the city. I sense a tram not far from us. Please line up here if you are a visitor to the Library of Alexandria. Thank you for your cooperation. If you need a guide, please insert free drachma. Robots are doing human jobs. How convenient. Is that so? I prefer doing it myself. You'll grow useless if you let machines do everything for you. A scream broke out in the crowd. What's happening? Over there. Let me go! Help! Please come with me. Alice needs you. A robot was yanking a tourist by the arm, as the tourist struggled under its tight grip. Is it more functioning? Where's the technician? The onlooking citizens responded with blank stares. No one could answer the question, nor had the courage to step up to stop the rampaging robots. Move aside! As if a pebble rippling a pond, a second and the third rampant robots emerged. Please come with me, Alice needs you. Leave me alone, don't come any closer! Have these robots gone mad? Iron Mask suddenly approached the fallen robot, accessed its user interface, and entered a string of commands. What are you doing? The robots are directly controlled by the governor of the city, an artificial intelligence named Alice. The citizens are accustomed to the general management of Alice, so the idea of it running amok has never occurred to them. Just like I said, they have grown useless. This is an incident we must resolve on our own. I've successfully located Alice. Lead the way. Guide. There are so many of them. Which one is the real Alice? It's impossible to analyze, but I have a better idea. Asking questions. Asking questions. Do you give them the Turing test? Oh, I've heard about it. Simply put, the more human a robot answers sound, the closer it is to artificial intelligence. Exactly. Let's think of questions. The leader will decide who gets to ask. Hey Rita, ask a question for us. Hey Rita, ask a question for us. Hey Rita, ask a question for us. Thank you. Alice, did you know that Master Bianca, who's standing right next to me, is more adorable than she looks? Although she follows a healthy daily routine, after she falls asleep, she will bury her face into the pillow, kick the quilt off the bed 5 times at night, and when she isn't not rolling around, her drool will... Gah! Shut up! You two get along so well. I feel a bit sorry for poor Miss Bianca. Teasing others is not the kindest thing to do. Yes, I'm introspecting. No, you aren't. But the answers sound normal, we can't tell. Alice, why am I wearing a mask? Perhaps your face is scarred. Perhaps it's a fashion statement. Perhaps you are plotting and therefore must hide your identity. I can't tell. I'm not good at this. Alice, what did the robots mean by Alice needs you when they were dragging people away? Because a tiny, tentative voice sounded in the corner. Because Alice needs maintenance. Why has everyone forgotten about Alice? We found you, Alice. They say they will maintain me regularly like they used to. That's more like it, even if you're not artificial intelligence. Unloading all the work onto you and confining you to a dark cell alone is inhumane. I would have protested if I were you. My petulance has caused everyone trouble, but I was too scared. Thank you so much, Outlanders. Thank you for everything. We couldn't have found you without your guidance. Pardon my asking, but why do you wear a mask? I wore it to avoid trouble, but it looks it backfired. Your face. We can discuss it later. Alice, why did the people of Alexandria stop maintaining you? It was because they were inserted into me one day. These were inserted into me one day. 2 gems appeared in Alice's hand from thin air. As expected. Could these be the gems of Durandal? I'm afraid so. The energy provided by the gems alone could keep her running, which rendered manual maintenance redundant, and in time isolated her. Are these what you're looking for? In that case... Alice placed the gems in Bianca's hand. At that instant, Durandal being held on Bianca's waist began to shine for the second time. Reason and intuition. I can feel its power accumulating. The light of Durandal reached its peak. When everyone could open their eyes again. It's good to have my body and ice back. Is this another Alexandrian clerk tech? Young lady, all I did was alter my appearance. Is it really that hard for you to recognize me? Before you stands your soulmate and the strongest blade Durandal, but you can just call me Dudu. The voyage took forever. We sailed across the Atlantic after all. It would have taken several-fold the time if it wasn't for Caledonia. Hey, Dudu! Oh, no. Hey, Dudu, can you scatter the gems in a tighter spread? There's nothing I can do, cause I was born this way. Then again, a challenge should be challenging. I find it surprising that you accepted Durandal's new form without qualms. Iron Mask, or should I address you by your real name, Schrödinger? It doesn't matter. Don't be silly, we're now real teammates, so we won't call you by that detached codename anymore. Is that so? Ahem. I'll brief us on our current position. We're in the Yucatan Peninsula of Central and South America. This peninsula is dotted with tribes. Our course of action is to avoid contact with them and retrieve the gems as soon as possible. Those words that had scarcely escaped her before a terrifying bellow resounded in the air. What was that? We should take a look. Wait up! Was she really listening? Oh, you'll get used to it. Let's follow the leader. The Kazkan has returned! Gods will unleash their fury again! Ixtab, why? Who are you? I'm a traveler who just came ashore. Are you local? Can you tell me what's going on? My name is Ikona, and our village, El Rey, is under the attack of Kazkan. Kazkan? You mean that monster? Why aren't you fighting back? People believe this is the ramification of us defying the will of Ixtab, the god of protection. That's nonsense. Only you can steer your own life, not some god. To the residents of the Yucatan Peninsula, nothing is more sacred than gods. This is their tradition, so it's natural for us to find it strange. Watch out! Go back to where you came from! Cascan took a fully charged punch from Bianca. It roared in pain and hurried away. Mr. Bianca, are you alright? Of course. Did you take a good look at it, Rita? I can confirm it is a Honkai beast. Oh, that girl must be the incarnation of Bullock Chapdan, the god of war. Esteemed guest who drifted here from afar, please visit our village so we may entertain you with the utmost gratitude. Bacton. It's a time unit that approximately equals 400 years of the Gregorian calendar. Yes, we're holding the ritual of welcoming a new Bakudan tonight, which is one of our biggest festivals. My mission is to seek advice from gods. I forgot to add that I am the oracle of the village, which makes me the incarnation of gods on earth. By the way, Miss Bianca, about the story of Alexandria you just told me, do the people there really let machines and robots run their city? Wouldn't this decision anger their gods? Sure, it has its own risks, but they've successfully weaned off gods on their own. Would any mother be mad at her kid for the same thing? This is a new opinion. Ikona, don't you think your people are too dependent on gods? If we didn't pass by today, it's solely my fault. Our god is volatile and even demands living sacrifices when it becomes weak. As the incarnation of gods, it would have borne their emotions for our village. It should have borne their emotions for our village. I see, you are trying to minimize the influence of gods on ordinary people. The god is being unreasonable. Why do you still worship it? Don't you want to live more freely? Freedom. You're right. This is a 400-year chance. The last chance to make a change is now. Thank you, Bianca. You didn't only save our village, but also consolidated my resolve. Resolve? Nothing. Please unwind yourself here before the ritual begins. Now if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for the ritual. Master, why are you pacing to and fro anxiously? Ikona had a strange look before she left. I'm worried about her. The village incarnation of Bullock Chapdan, the god of war. By the order of the oracle, please assist us in the ritual of the era's end. Where's Ikona? She is in the sanctuary where the ritual is conducted. Please come after me. For no specific reason, Bianca felt her insides tighten. She slowly lifted the curtains that obscured her view. What awaited her was the scene she feared the most. Ikona! Ikona! Bianca, this is the only way to break away from gods. I will leave the rest to you. The girl breathed her last and fell silent peacefully, as if inspired by gods. Her neck began to radiate a halo. Master, the gem of ethics is in Ikona's necklace. Master, Cascan has come back. Bianca led Ikona gently on the platform and took the gem of ethics from her necklace. Ikona, I will fulfill your vision, no matter what. In the village, Rita and Schrödinger were luring Kaskan away from the panicking villagers. Master Bianca! I'm sorry about this, but you'll have to buy us more time. Understood. It's the incarnation of the god of war. The ritual was a success. But gods will deliver the retribution upon the arrival of new Bacton. We will never escape doom! Listen up. I will now read out the last oracle left by Icona. In the new Bacton, the world of gods and the world of mortals will be divided. The gods will no longer bless us, nor curse us. The new age, mortals can create miracles that match the work of gods through sheer effort. The world of gods will be separated from ours? That's right. From now on, you'll grasp your future with your own hands, rather than waiting for gods to will it. Only you can protect your home and loved ones like today. The villagers looked at one another in astonishment. The time to make a choice had come. Master Bianca, I found numerous Honkai crystals in its body, if we can break them. Thank you, Rita. The villagers of El Rey and I will handle the rest. Now's the chance. An enormous net caught Kaskan from above. It struggled furiously, but could not break away from the villagers pinning it down. Ha! Durandal, right-o! Icona, this is for you. This blow will free your people from the gods of eternity. We did it! We really did it! Sadness crept up on Durandal as the villagers cheered on. Did Icona... I see. Master Bianca. At least we've made her dream come true. Is this... The gem of dominance is embedded in its body. Be careful, the Honkai beast can still put up a fight.
What a valiant soldier! If it weren't for my injuries, I'd salute you.
It's speaking.
I'm Colonel Bertrand, who betrayed the Emperor. He is still within those walls.
Walls? Are you referring to the walls of Asgard? I suspect Kaskan was originally human before the Honkai energy turned him into a monster. Very likely. Who's the Emperor you're speaking of?
Our only Emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte.
And finally, the Inca Republic. So this is the South America of this world. Yes, the Inca Republic is the only unified nation in South America. The nation upholds peace, freedom and equality, and is highly advanced in technology. I'm relieved to hear that the last two gems are here since...
Our only Emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte.
The Honkai energy has corrupted the mind of that Emperor. The situation will be far worse than we predicted. Indeed, Napoleon's maneuvers and the inexhaustible nature of the Honkai beasts would create an army that could overwhelm the Valkyries. Speaking of which, was letting Bertrand go really the right thing to do? Rest easy, Shro! I already cleansed him of the Honkai. He won't attack people again. Shh, someone's coming. You three, hands up. Stay put while we run checks. Who the heck are you? Tell us your name and military unit before asking our compliance. Wait, I know you. person appearing to be the captain pointed at Schrödinger. Although you wore a mask at the time, you're with Captain Shakespeare, who brought the Holy Blade Durandal, correct? Are you Commander Roland? The captain took off her helmet. Guess who I have or have not greeted before. I'm Roland Inca, the commander of the Incan Third Guard's Order. Commander Roland! Hey, didn't I tell you not to pop up before people? Who's this funny-looking robot? What in the world? Master Roland can recognize Dudu! But I've always been your most loyal sidearm and companion. Durandal, you're mistaken. She isn't your master. This world has its fair share of travelers like Captain Shakespeare, who are from other universes. This Roland Inca isn't the Roland you know. In that case, are you from another world as well? Correct. This is Valkyrie Bianca and her adjutant Rita. Miss Bianca is the one chosen by the Holy Blade. Ah, so she is... Hey Schrödinger, what are you talking about? I can't understand a thing. My apologies for not telling you the truth. Captain handed you the Holy Blade lightly, so you may have not taken it seriously. But the plan to cut off Europe, which is contaminated by the Honkai, was actually devised long ago in Quito, the capital of the Inca Republic. Indeed, after all, the largest anti-Honkai organization in this world is situated in the Inca Republic. Come on, you've been keeping us in the dark for all this time. Your return suggests that you have gathered 5 gems. Wonderful. We must leave for Quito immediately. Is this place the metro? This must be your first visit. The Vaca Tunnel, passing through the center of the Earth, could lead to anywhere on the surface, making it the transport hub of the Republic. Anywhere? Might be a little difficult to explain. In short, it teleports matter by informationizing it, and vice versa. Isn't its operating principle highly similar to Genius? The Vaca Tunnel should be the ether anchor that stabilizes this world. Such a convenient tunnel. It should be easy enough to cut Europe off, right? Sadly, as crucial as the Vaca Tunnel is, it is also a double-edged sword. You'll see for yourself when we arrive in Quito. Bianca and her companions arrived in Quito only to find buildings slanting to their sides and injured civilians being rescued. How did this... As you can see, this is the capital that has done us proud. It had always been beautiful until recently the monsters within the walls of Asgard began hunting our people and destroying our establishments. Are they invading through the Vaca Tunnel? Exactly. Such surprise attacks have become increasingly common of late, and unlike those committed by unintelligent Honkai beasts, they are well prepared and clearly targeted. Actually... Bianca passed Bertrand's words to Roland. How is this possible? Are we at the whim of fate itself? Napoleon is once again sweeping across Europe, but in such a terrible way. No, it's safer to assume that his mind has already been consumed by the Honkai. In this case, Operation Durandal must be carried out at once, before our adversaries launch a general attack. Please come with me. The Parliament is anticipating you. Bianca and Rita strolled down the streets of Quito in the evening. Master Bianca, is there anything you don't understand about the battle plan we heard at the Parliament? I would have asked then and there if I had any. That's right, you must have something on your mind. A commotion interrupted Bianca's words. What's happening? Another Honkai Beast attack? I beg to differ. Let's take a closer look. Petals cover the roads they roamed, how to find their way back home. Ah, it's a concert. Under such circumstances, are they truly not aware? It's not that, Master Bianca. Look at the faces of those around you. Shigure Kira! Shigure Kira! The faces have lighted up, at least to me. Human beings need spiritual sustenance to live on. I'm going to pick a volunteer from the audience to perform with me on stage. The lady over there! Rita, why do I feel she's talking about me? Congratulations, Master Bianca. Have fun. Hey! The accompaniment is so original. Thank you. You're amazing. Your singing sounds even more beautiful up close. Master, I'm picking up gem readings from Shigure Kira. I told you to not come out only when necessary. Wait, gem? Do you happen to be looking for this? This is it! This is the gem of freedom! Regrettably, this gem is too important for me to be given away. Hear me out, please. I can explain. You do have a greater need for it. Okay, I'll lend it to you, but you must return it to me after defeating the Honkai. Ha! That explains! The Gem of Freedom can take over certain physical functions to do stuff beyond the capacity of the human mind, no matter how hard that human tries. Hey, what were you implying? Ouchie! Oh, pay no mind to what this child just said. We shall take it gratefully. Rita, our mission is to observe this world and locate the underpinning ether, right? Indeed. We underwent so many turmoils after arriving in this world. Like you said, human beings need spiritual sustenance. Those in Alexandria created artificial intelligence. Those in the Yucatan Peninsula had an oracle who made an honorable sacrifice. Those in Quito believe in a brighter future. The world being a bubble universe doesn't make the people living here any less human, and I want to protect them from the Honkai as I would in our own world. Master Bianca? But I know our mission comes first. If the Honkai grows out of control, we need to abandon this world and return to our own. Neither is a choice I'd make. Master Bianca, do whatever you believe is right. But Rita, we are Valkyries. We shouldn't allow our emotions to take us over. I didn't say it because of personal feelings. I believe Master Bianca will become the best Valkyrie, and I trust the judgment of the best Valkyrie. Day of executing Operation Durandal. Have you understood the battle plan perfectly? Of course. Without fail. Please take this. This is a gem of prosperity that's been kept by the Parliament for the wielder of the Holy Blade. Alright, we finally gathered all 7 gems. Master, do it! I can't wait to return to my true form! Bianca held the gems close to Dudu, evoking a blinding flash. Durandal has returned to her original form, and the light died down. Master, have I impressed you with my ultimate form? Dudu, our minds are now in sync. As long as you hold the sword, we can communicate like this. Power is rushing in through my palms. I didn't believe your power could be this incredible, Durandal. The swordsman who wields Durandal. The fate of the Inca Republic and this world rests in your hands. We will exert ourselves to provide support. Let's do this, Durandal. Bring it on! A slash tore the walls of light apart. The heavy shells fired by the Republican railways council punching through Europe because... Did it work? Having snapped out of her confusion, Bianca found... What's going on? Is the Earth quaking? No, space itself is warping and breaking. Damn it, this means the Honkai has already touched the Eta anchor. Bianca, things are looking real bad. The corruption of Honkai has reached a critical level. At this rate, even if you destroy the Honkai without an intact anchor, this world will still crumble. Is there any other way? There's only one way, which is to plant the entire bubble universe in your body through the powers of my 7 gems. This world will forever exist inside you, Bianca. As long as you live, this world will not perish. Planting an entire world inside me. This sounds so wild even for a miracle. Is this really achievable? Together we can, but it also comes with great risk, so I can't guarantee you'll be alright. Are you still in? I'm in. I want to protect the people I care about. And I want to protect the people that I want to protect this world. And let's make it happen. From this moment onwards, the rootless world has been blessed with a new deity. It was a goddess who descended in blinding golden rays. She forged her blade into an armor to coalesce the crumbling universe once more. All differences melted away in the light. People looked up at the resplendent sky and uttered their thanks to the name of the savior, which they may not even know. It was Durandal, the girl who saved the world. That is indeed the new battlesuit of this update. Durandal, Dia and Korra, which we'll now get to know a bit better in Stellar Mythos. Daily Investigations is now. Check it out. Later. 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 Yes. Nice. Good. Great. Thanks, Aichan. Bye. First, let's do the tutorial, so that I actually get to know how to play as this character. And then we'll do Schicksal Mystery, which is the story mode for this new character. Normal form. Familiarize yourself with Dia and Korra's combat mechanics, step by step. Dia and Korra is a biotype fire damage dealer. I was too slow. Dia and Korra's basic attack deals fire damage. Dia and Korra's ultimate evasion can trigger global time fracture and counterattack when she's directly, and she can directly perform the third sequence of her basic attack. Dia and Korra's ultimate evasion can induce time fracture and restore bonus SP. Daniel's ultimate evasion attack, which can be connected into the third sequence of basic attack. Dia and Korra's first ultimate unleashes astral flares to deal fire damage. Dia and Korra can cast ultimate twice in a row to unleash Void Star Anchor. Void Star Anchor can gather enemies nearby and restore Astrum. Tap the Aichan button to fill up SP. Astral Harness. Familiarize itself with Dia and Korra's combat mechanics. Yes, yes. Dia and Korra's ultimate can restore Astrum and induce Astral Harness. When Dia and Korra has full Astrum, this yellow bar down here, hold attack to enter Astral Harness. The Aichan button to fill up SP. I'm sure it's not Astral Harness. QT Void Star. Knocked airborne or ignited enemies can trigger Dia and Korra's QTE. Dia and Korra's QTE can trigger global time fracture and get enemies. Dia and Korra can unleash Void Star Anchor after the third sequence of her basic attack. Void Star Anchor gathers nearby enemies. Oh. Wrong button. I see. Combos. Use weapon active skill to unleash Dia and Korra's throw skill. Dia and Korra can unleash Void Star Anchor after the third sequence of her basic attack. Throw is still throw. And finally, damage output cycle. Very important. Aichan will show you how to unleash Dia and Korra's full potential with team synergy. Zoan Prayer enters and uses weapon actives to restore SP. Tap ultimate repeatedly to stack 3 yin and use combo attack to knock enemies airborne. Dia and Korra enters on QTE and casts ultimate repeatedly to stack Astrum. Switch to Azure Prayer and cast ultimate to boost team elemental damage. Switch to Blueberry Blitz and cast Blood Dance weapon active to boost elemental damage taken by enemies. Switch to Dia and Korra and charge attack to enter Astral Harness. Chain cast ultimate to unleash Serious Ballista and deal tons of damage. Thank you very much. Well, let's try it once, I guess. That wasn't part of the plan. I forgot how to do your ultimate. Isn't it just holding? It is just holding. Oh well. Goodbye. What does the Aichan button do? Nobody knows. It restores SP. To be able to use ultimate. Well, now we somewhat know how to use her. Let's enter the Schicksal Mystery. Myth. Cosmos. Jigsaw Mystery includes main story stages, first time clearing rewards, event tokens. Have you heard of it? Heard of what? That thing you didn't know? What thing? You have to make me say it out loud, huh? Alright, it's... The speaker paused for a moment and continued in a smaller voice. It's... Master Durandal is not a human. What? Shh, keep it down. Can't be seen standing here gossiping with you. I came to HQ for training on behalf of my squad. I'd get poor performance evaluation if they think I often slack off. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Susanna before, or heard of her. Alright, but what did you just say? So you really didn't know? Everyone was talking about it the whole morning. Alright, I'll tell you from the beginning. Be all ears. Susanna looked around to confirm that no one else was there, and took a deep breath. You know, the entire second floor of Building 8 on this floating isle is a fitness center for Valkyries, right? Yeah, but it's normally empty. I mean, who'd have the energy to hit the gym after our high-intensity daily training? Master Durandal! She either starts from a very early morning or stays there till midnight. She works out like every day. You'd think she's one of the staff members who lives there if you didn't know her. Actually, HQ admires her diligence and considers her a great example and inspiration to all Valkyries. So they opened full access to the fitness center and upgraded the automation system there. Now it opens 24/7. But I didn't expect it only made it easier for her fans to stalk her. Of course, Master Durandal wouldn't care. Anyway, Master Durandal became part of the gym ever since. And other Valkyries who also work out reached a tacit agreement that they'd leave right after they'd done so, that Master Durandal could have the entire gym to herself. That's nice. The strongest Valkyrie sure needs some personal space. But aren't you curious about what kind of exercise Master Durandal does when nobody's around? What do you mean? Last night, technically it was almost dawn, a Valkyrie couldn't fall asleep and decided to go for a jog. And she happened to run past Building 8. She noticed rays of light coming from the second floor, so she walked into the building out of curiosity. It was about 4 or 5 in the morning. It was all dark in there except a training room at the end of the second floor corridor. It was so weird. She quietly came near the room, but heard no sound of exercising. She came closer to the door and peeped through a crack, only to find that it was not the lights from the bulbs. It was Master Durandal. She was literally glowing. Glowing? To be precise, she was enveloped in a dazzling golden light, her eyes like 2 gems with a pair of giant wings around her waist. The wings seemed a bit like feathers or dragon wings, but also quite different from them. Technically, they seemed to be made of flowing light. Then what happened? Then that Valkyrie ran away and went back to her dorm. That's it? What else do you expect her to do? Who would keep a level head in the face of something this unusual? I have to ask before I make any comment. Are these the kind of wings she saw? Alvita raises a piece of paper on which a stick figure and a few wing-looking lines sticking out from the back was scribbled. That's not here right now. What is this? Night Moonbeam, one of the 4th generation Godsbane Valkyrie battlesuits. It has 3 pairs of wings on the back. I thought of it when you mentioned the wings. I've never heard of it before. Of course you haven't. It's classified. HQ's always been secretive about weapons that are still in testing stage. Which is why I'm telling you right now. Then why would you know about it? That's not important. Anyway, I heard HQ hasn't found any adaptives for this battlesuit. Maybe Master Durandal was just being tested for it. Is this in the past? Because Night Moonbeam has definitely been given to someone in the meantime. I don't think so. The numbers and locations on the wings don't match. Besides, why would they have the test in the gym? You have a point. To be honest, I've always had this feeling that something is unnatural. Back in 2015, when I was on my first mission in Dubai as a squad Phosgens member, we met a new type of Honkai beast. Before we could make any move, Master Durandal suddenly appeared out of nowhere and took out that beast with just one punch. It was literally just one punch, and the shockwave of it even damaged the buildings 1 kilometer away. It was insane. But Master Durandal has always been insanely strong. Everyone knows that. Exactly! This is the most unnatural part. How can a human being be that OP, even with a powerful battlesuit? But Master Durandal is not really that invincible and unbeatable. You know how her deputy, Miss Roswise, always wraps her around her little finger. And she once lost to Master Teresa from the Far East branch in an arm wrestling contest. How? How do you lose to Teresa in an arm wrestling contest? I need explanations. So I think Master Durandal is just a little bit more diligent and conscious than others, which makes her strength reasonable. Still so unreasonable. Anyway, have you thought about asking Master Durandal about this in person? Of course not! I can't just go bother the leader of Immortal Blades for a rumor about her. I'm not an idiot. Look at it like one. Besides, what if it involves some shady secrets? Someone might come to make sure I could never talk again. That's not gonna happen. Master Durandal is an upstanding Valkyrie and she likes us to be straightforward with her. I was not talking about Master Durandal, it's something bigger. It's some bigger shot whom I'm afraid of, said Susanna with a shudder. Think about it. No one knows about her past, not even the Immortal Blades members. Don't you feel it's a bit suspicious for such a well-known heroine? You mean the info was concealed by someone on purpose? Exactly! The Overseer must have concealed her mysterious past from the public, as well as the conclusion. Alvita was lost in thought with a deep frown. She didn't give it much thought before, as it was just one of Schicksal's countless secrets. But Susanna's words reawakened her curiosity. She even started to feel nervous. Then what do you think the Overseer's been hiding? Actually, more and more people started to feel that there's something incredibly unusual about Master Durandal. Some say she's a fairy, some say she's an angel, and some say she's a traveler from a faraway land looking for her twin brother. Well, if that isn't a reference to something. I mean, they are both blonde, I guess. But if you ask me, all those guesses sound ridiculous. And I think... Susanna paused for a moment, possibly for dramatic effect. Master Durandal is actually an alien! Suddenly cutscene. Sure. Durandal has come. Myth, Cosmos. Tales and secrets gleamed under the stars. So are we playing rumors created by Susanna? Is this what this story is gonna be? I am already excited how silly this will get. Where am I? The girl looked around perplexedly, and the desolate desert was all she could see. She then looked back and saw a strange-shaped vehicle stuck in a scorched pit, with wisps of smoke coming out of it. This is... oh, I remember it. She rubbed the back of her head. It's Imperial Surveillance Aircraft, RR2 Scout. This should be the name. Imperial Surveillance. Ah. Divine Emperor. These strange yet familiar words kept spinning in her head, but remained blurred. I can't think of anything. Am I suffering a severe memory loss? She searched the cockpit, but found nothing. She then tried to wake up the operating system, but the vehicle remained still, no matter what she did to it. To the panel. Just then, a large burn patch on the external surface of the aircraft caught her attention. Looks like it's been shot by a long-range laser weapon several times. This aircraft must have been attacked and shot down, and I was driving it at that time. The girl was reaching to her conclusion. It had been concealed before. Someone was hunting me down. She looked up into the azure sky, or blue skies, with a few wisps of cloud and distant vulture squeals. Nothing else could be seen or heard. It looked like the piece of memory I lost was an important one, but one thing is for sure, it's dangerous for me to stay. I better inspect this place first. Better check my companion before I do. Form a complete attack sequence to check if the weapon is in good condition. Good, it didn't get hurt, and my weapon is fine. I didn't get hurt and my weapon is fine, but where did I get this weapon? Investigate the area. Well, there's something here. This place is quiet, no one is around. Is this a dead city? Or they found me and are lying in ambush. Looks like the wreckage of some kind of simple vehicle. No hints about food tables. What a disappointment. Better find a high viewpoint. The girder here is small, maybe I can jump up there. Let's jump. I did it. Seems to be kinda strong. The planet is hot and dry, everything is covered in sand. Even the crab over there. Is that an animal carcass? Ah, someone's coming. Menace level 2. These are predators. There are so many of them. This place must be their lair. Phew, finally. I guess it's safe to assume this place is uninhabited. Who'd live near these beasts? But I have this strange feeling that I've seen these kind of monster. Let me get some tissue sample and have it analyzed. Analyzer activated. System initialized. Parameters set. You killed these Honkai beasts on your own. Impressive. Who's there? A strange voice unexpectedly came from behind her. Durandal turned around with a defensive stance. Then she saw a blond man calmly standing in this dangerous broken chamber, tens of meters above the ground. This is how Master Durandal and the Overseer first met. What do you think? Pretty logical, huh? This way her mysterious past and superhuman strength can all be explained. Well, it makes no sense at all. Huh? What's wrong? First of all, and I'm just gonna pretend it's reasonable for an alien to look exactly like a human. If she's from outer space, why would she become a Valkyrie? She made a deal with the Overseer, obviously. What kind of deal, for example? Like Schicksal promised to help her find her lost memories and send her home, perhaps. We don't have that kind of technology. Space travel is only in sci-fi movies. But if there's any organization on Earth that is capable of making it possible one day, it must be Schicksal. I say it makes perfect sense for an alien to join Schicksal for Earthlings' help. No, it doesn't. For one thing, the title Schicksal #1 Valkyrie attracts too much attention. If Master Durandal really is an alien, don't you think she'd lay low so that she could hide her true identity? Otherwise, she'd be easily traced by her enemies, whose technology is presumably much more advanced than ours. And in that case, she and our planet would both be doomed. None of this makes sense unless it's a sci-fi book. Well... Susanna blushed. She had indeed been reading some whimsical works of science fiction since she came to HQ. Or it might be that Overseer Otto has something Master Durandal needs. Maybe her planet was on the brink of apocalypse and Schicksal happened to know how to save it. Or maybe her planet had already been destroyed, so she came to Earth and joined Schicksal to help us avoid the same disaster. Susanna's voice kept getting weaker. It seemed she started to question her own theory. Okay, I admit it. You were right from the beginning. It doesn't make sense that an alien looks exactly like a human. Yeah, and if there's really an alien on Earth, we'd all be screwed. But your story is fun. It makes me think of another possibility. No, please, I'll read it, don't. What is it? Just change a tiny part of setting for your story. And everything will make sense. I have a weird feeling it will not make sense. Myth. Time. A time traveler, maybe? A tiny part of setting. Yep. I never thought of this until I heard your assumption. It's probably not that complicated as we thought. Actually, the whole story would be much clearer if we changed just one element of it. Susanna was lost in thought for a while and shook her head in confusion. I'll give you another hint. Master Durandal is way stronger than ordinary Valkyries. She's unrivaled in this era. She is always composed and confident when facing daunting enemies, as if she knew she would win. And she always tends to get ahead of time and makes the most of every second. And the reason behind it is her secret. I still don't understand. Come on, I'm spoon-feeding the answer to you. Master Durandal is not from another planet, rather, she is from the future! On Hestia, a Schicksal carrier. Alien? I don't know. It was just my guess. About your blurred memory fragments, I can give you some info. The blond man took out a book and gently handed it to Durandal. The word Sugars was printed on the cover. Sugars? It's the name of an alien civilization. This book is a sci-fi novel about several alien civilizations fighting one another on Earth. The book consists of several chapters, and in the chapter Fall of Schicksal, the protagonist lost all his memories in an accident and forgot all about himself. Luckily, he met the friendly Sugars and had been fighting alongside them against the behemoth named Empire. And the biggest villain in the story is called Divine Emperor. The man gave a shrug and continued. You mistook yourself for a character in this novel. Oh no, not only are they turning myths into a story, they are combining them into one. It's gonna be something. What? Relax, it's normal that this novel is deeply embedded in your mind. Very few have heard about it at the moment, but 50 years later this book will be plucked from obscurity and become the most popular novel among youngsters of the Dusk Era. 50 years later? Dusk Era? What are you talking about? The blond man cast a meaningful glance. Meanwhile, the spacecraft stopped with a jolt. Come with me, I will tell you who you really are. Myth time. Sugar. This is the Helheim Labs, the beacon of the era. It's the most knowledge-intensive place in this world. You can tour it and look around, maybe it'll help you remember. Oh, this room. It's this room again. Okay. Not entirely sure. Is it Durandal's suit? No, it's what we mentioned earlier. Night Moonbeam. His Executor, Violet Executor. Shadow Knight. And whatever Himiko's battle suit is called. I forget. Where's the cat? No, not important. HTA, Serial System, Pride Knight Excelsis, product transferred to other labs. Strange name. Is it a battlesuit too? I'd like to see what it looks like. If it is still here. Oh, you're going to tell me. This red battlesuit is displayed at the most conspicuous spot along with the weapon. Seems similar to my armor. It's obviously ahead of its time. Maybe this place does have the answer I'm looking for. You're not gonna tell me the name. I'm sad. It's about time. Now take the stairs and get up there. Get up here. Schicksal. Doesn't sound familiar. My instincts tell me not to trust that man. But he seems to know me well. Is he a friend or foe? Or is it the opposite? See a friend of mine, or the opposite, probably. I didn't read it quite fast enough. I have something in my eye, and it's bothering me. Now I'll answer your first question. Why are you here? These monsters. You've seen them before, in North Africa. These are Honkai beasts, monsters born in the outbreaks of Honkai to destroy human civilization. Honkai beasts have many variants and have been evolving as the human civilization progressed. No weaponry cannot hurt them. Well-trained soldiers cannot even guarantee their own safety when fighting these beasts. Really, but I'm beating them up with my bare hands. Now, time for some real challenge. Konanga, king of the Honkai beasts. Be careful, it can be a tough enemy, even for you. You call this a tough enemy? Hold on. Are you serious? What's wrong? This is the final boss for Master Durandal, right? Don't you feel it's too weak? Alright. A stronger one then. Sure! You can't just do that. Sure is breaking the 3.5 wall. It's done. Sweeps hair. Impressive. An Emperor-class Honkai beast is strong enough to crush an entire army, but you beat it easily. Which answers the first question. You came here to exterminate them. You're their natural enemy. And the second question is, who are you, and where do you come from? I remember now. I've met it before. Not just it, I've met all these monsters before. The girl looked around the cold chamber, in which the pale white carcasses of Honkai beasts piled up chaotically. She used to be surrounded by the same color on countless battlefields for countless days and nights, which had been indelibly imprinted on her mind. It's a long war that never ends. There is no azure skies or sunny beaches in my memories. The only thing I could remember is an endless battle, which has toughened my strength. I don't belong here. I came from a more brutal and devastated era. I came from the future. That's correct. The man walked to her side, gazing at something further away. A future in which humanity has been destroyed. Durandal glanced in the direction of his gaze and saw a huge device flashing blue light in the center of the laboratory. He was supposed to come out of it according to the plan. You know I was coming back to this era. Yes, and it's my duty to greet you. I've been waiting for you for 5 centuries. That is, a beacon. It shines eternally in the sea of time, guiding travelers from the future to the past. At the moment, innumerable beacons built during the 50,000 years of human civilization are glowing. We lost. Humanity failed in the final battle, so we had no choice but to send soldiers back to the past in the hope of rewriting history. It's our last resort. No, we haven't lost. Humanity can still fight for the future, even when there is no tomorrow. There's still hope for us. You are our hope. You're also from the future like me. I set off much earlier than you. I came back to the late medieval period and brought humanity the ideas and technologies from the future. Maybe it was destiny. I became the overseer of Schicksal. In the past 500 years, I've witnessed the disease of old friends and the growth of new lives. I've committed numerous deeds of both good and evil, but all I did was to fulfill my mission. And after all those years, the person I've been waiting for finally came. But I didn't expect the person was you. The man's eyes met with the girl's. I recognized you the moment I saw you. Maybe it's the destiny's last pity on me. You've grown so much, Bianca. You were just a baby when I left. In a daze, she saw her own reflection in those jade green eyes. Are you my... Yes, sweetheart. I am your... Wait, what? What are you talking about? What's wrong? You don't think Master Durandal looks like the Overseers? Don't say it! You get us in big trouble! But it's totally possible. There are many clues. I mean, Master Durandal and the Overseer are very close, and they meet all the time. Of course they would. Master Durandal is the leader of Immortal Blades. She has to report to the Overseer. And Master Rita is there with her every time they meet. Are you saying she's also... Didn't you notice that Master Durandal and the Overseer both have blonde hair? Hair color. My hair is blonde too! Are you trying to say I'm also related to the Overseer? Your hair is more orange-ish. Unless that's just the light. To be honest, I have indeed wondered about this. What? I mean, you're just a B-rank Valkyrie in the Western Asia branch. Why would you be transferred to HQ all of a sudden? Because I work hard and stand out, thanks a lot! But you were here too in 2015, and that time you were picked by the Overseer himself. What did you expect me to think? Would you stop that? You can't just assume two people with the same hair color are related. That's absurd. You just said our technology isn't advanced enough to even build a spacecraft, let alone time travel. Yeah, you have a point. I read about her head in disappointment. Actually, I know my assumptions don't really make sense, but I just couldn't help making wild guesses. And you know, HQ's been doing some research on it, on time and space, such as the second divine key and the imaginary tree. But they don't have a time machine. And there's no other clues. In less than 10 minutes, the discussion seemed to have come to a dead end due to lack of clues. Do you think we could find anything in the orphanage where Master Durandal used to stay? I already checked it, but found nothing. Even her registered DOB wasn't authentic. It just filled the file with random numbers. What about the establishment of the Immortal Blades? Also nothing fishy. The whole process was normal and legit. The squad members are all clean. Alright. Wait a minute. Susanna suddenly widened her eyes. I forgot about some important info. This morning, there was another person in the training room with Master Durandal. Huh? How could you forget something this important? Who was it? Master Durandal's deputy, Miss Rosweiss. Myth, Schicksal. Master Rita? Yeah, The witness says it was just a vague figure, but according to the height and graceful curve, it should be her. She is Master Durandal's deputy. Wouldn't it be normal for her to be there? But it doesn't mean anything. I thought about digging some info from Master Rita. She is very close to Master Durandal. There's only one person in the world who knows Master Durandal's secret. It must be her. But she is just as mysterious as Master Durandal. I couldn't find anything from her. About that, I know something that I've never told anyone before. Susanna lowered her voice. It was 2015. I was sent to HQ for a special mission, which was basically to clean the Overseer's personal library. Personal library? Yeah, it was incredibly huge. No one could finish cleaning it on time. I had to work late every night. One day I was exhausted when I came back to the dorm from work, so I flopped into the bed the second I got into the room. But the next moment I realized something was wrong. What happened? It wasn't my room. And in that room I saw a weird dress. Weird? You mean it was an ugly dress? No, it was a very cute dress, pink, trimmed with beautiful lace. I mean, it was weird that it was there in the dorm for Valkyries. Whose room was it? It was Master Rita's. Huh? Why would he go in her room? I didn't know. I was too tired to keep a level head. Anyway, I was grounded for trespassing on Esrank Valkyrie's room, and Master Rita came to pick me up in the end. I didn't expect we could meet again this soon, Miss Susanna. Susanna mimicked Rita. Wow, it's like she's right here. What happened then? I explained my trespass and apologized to her. She forgave me, but found out that I saw the pink dress. Yeah, it feels like she could see through anyone's mind. But to my surprise, she was not secretive about the dress at all. Please, help me make this secret. It's a very important present for for a friend. Friend? The look on her face became a bit weird as she talked. I didn't dare to ask more at the moment, but come to think of it, this friend must be Master Durandal. Agreed. I can't think of anyone else. But this isn't right. It wasn't some regular dress. Its design pattern, colors, every detail about it. Susanna hesitated for a while before she gave the conclusion that she didn't even believe. It was a magical gold dress. That's one of Teresa's outfits. Why are you wearing that, Durandal? Doesn't fit you at all. It's breaking apart. Huh? This is your room. I didn't have much time to decorate it. My apologies. From now on, I'll be taking care of you and be at your service anytime, Master Durandal. Just call me Durandal. Understood, Master Durandal? Your consciousness state isn't stable. Don't give yourself too much pressure. I arranged for someone to be your deputy. She'll help you acclimatize. You just relax and rest for some days. I expected him to arrange for some tough crowd to watch me, but this one, deputy, she's obviously a maid. Anyway, this is sketchy. I have to be more careful. Master Durandal, if you have no other plans, may I help you change first? Change? Peter gave a deferential smile. Your current clothes might not be very comfortable or convenient in daily life, Master Durandal. Durandal glanced at her hard, angular armor. You're right. I have prepared some new clothes. Please come with me and try them on, Master Durandal. Alright. Suits you well, Master Durandal. The standard Valkyrie uniform has elegant design and is made of comfortable fabric. It's suitable for most occasions. The design of the neckline and shawl is both demure and vivacious. It does look good, and it fits me almost perfectly. It is indeed a made-to-measure suit for you, Master Durandal. I am flattered to have your approval. Then, shall we try the next one, Master Durandal? Next one? As I said, the standard uniform is suitable for most occasions, but it's not always perfect. For example, it can be too thick on hot summer days, and you will need this summer uniform. You look cool and refreshed. Let's play dress up with Durandal. You call this a uniform? Yes, Master Durandal, this is an authentic Valkyrie uniform. Valkyries do not have much time to rest, which makes a yearly vacation more valuable. Most Valkyries would choose to take their vacations on beautiful tropical islands far away from cities and enjoy some carefree time. But our enemies won't rest. Valkyries must be prepared for Honkai outbreaks at any time, even on vacation. Therefore, the clothing department combined uniform and summer wear together, so that Valkyries can quickly switch between vacation and work. And what you're wearing is the latest fashion this year. Master Durandal? Absolute zero. By the way, this one was very popular 2 years ago, and is making a comeback this year. If you're interested, now is the best time to place an order. But this is almost as revealing as a bikini. When one chooses to join Schicksal, one shoulders responsibilities. Valkyries ought to be ready to fight Honkai, no matter where they are or what they are wearing. Yep, Rita also changes. This is the idea that our summer wear design tries to convey. Now let's get to the next one, Master Durandal. There's more. Uniforms are for daily use. Valkyries feel their worth the most on the field. Now allow me to introduce you one of the 4th gen Godsbane Valkyrie battle suits. Why do you have that? Wait, you don't have that. You don't have that at all. Elf ears included. Are you serious? This looks like a cosplay costume. I'm serious, and you are right, Master Durandal. This is indeed a cosplay costume. Valkyrie's public persona is idols. They are young heroines who fight for humanity till death. People's support is essentially the source of our strength and income. Wait, what did you just say? So, when off the field, it's also Valkyrie's obligation to cater to our clientele. This Alheimer Ritter battlesuit is one of the Otherworld collection. It looks best on tall, slender Valkyries with fair hair color, which makes it my top recommendation to you. But if you wish to try something different, we also have the Fairy Tale collection, the Mythological collection, the Far East collection. Rita, you have too many outfits. The Shenzo collection, etc. I suggest that you make the most of your advantages to build your own unique persona, so that you'll get more fans and support to stand out in the contest and win the title of #1 S-Rank Valkyrie. According to your schedule, you will be on your first mission in 7 hours. It's your debut, so please give it your best shot to attract more sponsors. I'm not going. Durandal folded the clothes, put them back, and left the room in the maid's gaze. Then, would you like me to postpone this mission? We totally understand that you might need time to accept all this. No, just this. And convince yourself so we didn't make it a tight schedule. Your first mission can be put off until next week. Don't bother. I'll never do that. I'm not going to judge how you do things here, but I'm not like those kind of Valkyries who would put on costumes and make a show of themselves in front of people. Are you saying you refuse to go on this mission, Master Durandal? You got that right. I don't want to waste anyone's time, including mine, so I'd like to be straightforward from the beginning. Then you leave me no choice, Master Durandal. The Overseer has instructed me to assist you in becoming Schicksal's #1 Valkyrie. And this mission of mine involves correcting your faults when you are not cooperative. Looks like this is not going to be a peaceful negotiation. Pardon my discourtesy, Master Durandal. Myth, Schicksal. Rita never changes. I think we are done here. Please leave me alone. You are indeed an excellent fighter, Master Durandal. But our game is far from over. What? Awake, Queen of Frost! What was that? Master Rita! Master Rita! I'm a big fan of you, Master Rita. Thank you. Thank you all for your love and support. I'll keep fighting no matter what. This show is jointly sponsored by ET Studio and Schicksal Entertainment. What? Is this a commercial? I can wait for your bar to go down. I don't need to fight you. Oh no. The ability to manipulate ice. Impressive, but it doesn't work on me. I didn't expect you could break free from present hypothermia. Get archered. It's not over yet. You're indeed a tough opponent. That's enough. Lay down your weapon, Rita. Who's talking? What? A cat? Strong willpower, amazing combat skills, and even keen alertness. You make an excellent warrior, I have to say. Otto finally did one thing right. He found you. What are you doing here, Sensei? You're not supposed to make an appearance now. Her memory loss is much severer than I expected. We'll have to abort the original plan and just play it by ear. Plans are double-edged. They bring order, but also fetters, which can be lethal in the world of magic. You're very correct. This is a magical creature indeed. Understood, Sensei. Your wisdom is a gift to us all. So who are you, Mr. Cat? Ha! You don't seem surprised at all. I've seen too much unusual stuff today. I wouldn't be surprised even if a silver-haired little girl popped up and told me she's 45 and has magical powers. Yes. Yes, Teresa exists. But I need a plausible explanation for the current situation. I will tell you everything you wish to know. But I have to warn you, it might hurt a little. Suddenly, she felt intense dizziness and bitterness, which bypassed her senses and surged straight into her brain. In a daze, she saw a figure standing in flames. She only met this girl a while ago, but the figure looked so familiar. What was that? What did you do to me? Haha, you look confused. You really don't remember anything. That's your own memories, buried in the depths of your mind. You just haven't remembered it yet. Honkai, zombies, Valkyries. You really believe these made-up stories? Those are just lies that Schicksal told the world so that they could hide the existence of magic from people. Magic? You've already seen it in our fight just now. See, the substance that constitutes everything in this world is called Lim. And those who can manipulate it and alter its properties are called sorcerers, aka Valkyries to ordinary people. The Lem comes from desires of human hearts, which will in turn corrupt people's minds and turn them into monsters. Therefore, it's Schicksal's duty to guide and modulate people's desires and balance the Lem in the world. We didn't put those costumes on because of personal interest. Of course, money is also part of the reason. You know, it's not like sorcerers can just live off thin air. Schicksal's been protecting the world for 500 years, but can hardly go on. The seed of doomsday has taken root, and the world will meet its end in the near future. You are from the future, aren't you? Tell me, what's the doomsday like? I don't know. I lost my name, my identity, memories, everything about my past. The only thing I know is that I've returned to the past, which means the last future has already collapsed. But it also means I might be able to save this future. Humanity won't just sit there waiting their doom. Has strength that we can borrow from the future and use it to rewrite the future. We need you, Durandal, or maybe I should call you the Witch of Netzach. With all due respect, Master Durandal, your personality makes you unsuitable for this job. But I also believe that you have what it takes to change everything. Maybe you are feeling overwhelmed at the moment, but as your deputy, it's my duty to wait by your side. Rita, at your disposal. Rita, don't you feel this story has too many weird elements? Well, I gotta say your talent and imagination is wasted here. You should be a writer rather than a Valkyrie. Alright. I know my stories are preposterous. I just say them out loud without thinking them through. I was just trying to help broaden our thinking here. Besides, you gotta admit there's something weird about Master Durandal's cat. I always feel that he understands human language. If he is not a magic cat, then there is only one possibility. He's a spy from World Serpent? Is this what you're trying to say? Yep, and maybe he's even been genetically modified and can turn into a Honkai beast at night. For once you guys are on point. How on point you are, you don't even know. Feeling a bit tired from the talking, Alvita leaned back in her chair. Anyway, all of our stories are made up based on no facts. Yeah, after all, we don't have much reliable info. Now it seems a bit pointless to even talk about it. But it's so much fun. I say we make some wilder guesses. How wild exactly? Do you know the mobs? Do you know the morphs? Myth!
Doomsday.
The Morphs? Yeah, it's an organization that only exists in Schicksal's files. Rita was considering her wording. Do you know there used to be another civilization on Earth 50,000 years ago? Of course, every Valkyrie has learned about it at school. All our equipment, stigmata, relics, and divine keys such as the Abyss Flower are heritage from that era. Correct. They had unimaginably advanced technology, in which they made Mantis, massively augmented neotech integrated soldiers. I am not sure that was actually spelled out before. Surely it was spelled out in the mangas somewhere, but I have not read those yet. Integrated? With what? With Honkai beasts. Honkai beast genes were inserted into theirs, and they therefore acquired superhuman strength. What? Honkai beast genes? Like Ganesha and Parvati? Gee, what would the mantis look like? I don't know. There's no image record of that, but I guess there would be some side effects. Anyway, the organization that made the mantis was the Morphs. You mean Master Durandal's wings actually have something to do with Honkai beast genes? Maybe. Benares got wings, for example. Wow, half dragon! That is so cool! So perhaps we are already very close to the truth. Master Durandal is not from the future, but the past. You mean she has lived for over 50,000 years? Now you're just talking about Fuhua. Yeah, she fell into almost eternal sleep with the fate of humanity on her shoulders, and awoke after 50,000 years. Then she met the Overseer and became a Schicksal Valkyrie. That's literally Fuhua's story. Everything she did was for her mission. So I think the story should unfold like this. This was humanity's last stronghold. In the final battle, humanity suffered a crushing defeat. The nuclear bombs fired by the 12th Tertia had devastated this once beautiful planet. Poisonous air with radioactive sand raged through the cities. Lands were no longer habitable, and the city had been completely tarnished. The survivors put on thick masks and hid underground. Between the cold steel walls, they were about to face annihilation of civilization. Mission content. Enter the life support pod. Mission code Pioneer. It was a brief given to Durandal several days ago. She knew it was her last mission in this era. Now she was walking in a deep tunnel, at the end of which a base full of life support pods waited. At the other end of the tunnel led to the place she once called home. The tunnel was awfully quiet. Each step she took as she approached the slumber of this era seemed to be triggering an earth tremor. The one who guided her here was another soldier of the Moths. She didn't know his name. Everyone just called him the Guide. Just as his codename suggested, his duty was to guide the pioneers to their own life support pods for hibernation. Durandal had been communicating with the Guide through a tablet. He seemed to be a taciturn man. The messages sent by him were always brief. Durandal knew the reason behind this icy reticence. To ensure enough energy for the hibernation base, a non-essential power system had been shut down a week ago. The weapon system was the first to be turned off, then the missiles, the defense system, the mecha, etc. They fell into eternal sleep, as their duty had already ended. Humanity no longer needed them in this lost war. 3 days ago, the communication system broke down. A soldier tried to return to the ground to repair it, but another soldier pulled him back. Then the first soldier understood. At this point, it would all be meaningless. battle reports, operation plans, or words of consolation. None of them was needed when the end of the world came. The world had fallen in absolute silence 3 days ago. Base behind this gate. A few words appeared on the screen on the tablet in Durandal's hand when she came near a heavy, thick iron gate. Durandal nodded and then realized he couldn't see her. Good luck. The guide ended conversation before she could reply. Durandal hesitated for a moment, then walked straight into the door in front. It was the last conversation she had in this era. There is still time before this hibernation. Let me say my last farewells to this era. A rumbled diary was lying on the floor. I don't want to die. At least not here in this suffocating steel coffin. The rest of the page was smeared with angry scribbles. Durandal turned to the next page. I want to be in a life support pod too. Though I know, even if I get in one, I won't be able to survive that long in it. Only Mythos can. Either way, I will die. Why does everyone seem so chilled about waiting for death in? Why is everyone so okay about failure? I don't want to die. Hashtag I don't want to die. Hashtag relatable. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe it's because I'm only 23 and I joined the Moths with my unswerving faith in them. I used to firmly believe that humanity would eventually win. After all, we have defeated Honkai so many times. But now I finally realized we had never won. Durandal turned to the next page. Everyone was comforting each other that the pioneers will lead future generations to victory. But what does their victory have to do with us? No one will remember our names. Our history will be forgotten. Our homeland, our loved ones, and our future have all been taken away by Honkai. Even if humanity could win in the next era, we won't be able to share their victory. Our civilization will be long gone by then. Maybe I should look further. Like a visionary like our hero Kevin and Dr. May decidedly declare, humanity shall defeat the Honkai. But I can't. I just don't sound right to me. My life is too short for such a long-range ambition. I don't want to die. But if I have no other choice, I'd rather... The latter half of the diary was missing. The ink marks on the last page still seemed fresh. What happened to the writer? Durandal took a glance at the activation countdown of the hibernation. I better go investigate. Nothing up here. Found an operation log. Log number 1109. Date redacted. Operation last routine maintenance of the hibernation base. My duty is done. My next stop is redacted, which is also my last stop. I'll quietly await my death there. Some comrades didn't take this ending well, which is totally understandable. No one likes failure, and no one could face death lightly. Nevertheless, we lost. The pioneers in hibernation will lead humanity to fight in a new era. But it doesn't change the fact that we have lost. Our era has to end here. Footprints went this way. The elevator leads to the ground. I can't believe Honkai Beasts already got in here after the defense shut down. Hibernation should be safe, but I'd better take care of them. Almost there. That's the exit to the ground. I'm gonna be surrendering outside. What's that? A few pages of diary were lying on the floor. Behind this gate is what we once called home. Unlike the space made of steel, it was a real home. Durandal looked in the direction of the gate and thought of the swirling sand and poisonous air outside. She had already forgotten what this once beautiful world looked like. She looked back at the last piece of diary in her hand. I don't want to die. I really don't. But if I have no other choice, I'd rather die in the embrace of my homeland in this era. It was the last line of the diary. Durandal looked at the gate again. It still stood solemnly in front of her, separating the outside world from the base. Durandal returned to the hibernation chamber, which remained as noiseless as it was when she left. Though there was still more than 1 hour before the hibernation activation, Durandal no longer wanted to wander. She scanned the room one last time, trying to remember the last scene she saw in this era. The silence between the steel walls hurt her ears. She let out a soundless sigh and walked towards her porch. Just then, the screen of the tablet started to flash. You've received a voice message. The guide sent her a voice message after the comm system shut down. She tapped the message, and a male voice rang through the quiet chamber. She understood the guide's intention in the instant she heard the voice. It was a recording, more precisely, it was a declaration that every soldier had heard when joining the Moths. In the recording, a man named Kevin Kaslana recounted humanity's history of fighting Honkai, the beliefs of the Moths, and their hope for the future. In a deathly silence, he sounded extraordinarily determined. "Humanity shall win!" This was his last word, a promise of victory, which completed the pathetic sight of humanity's crushing defeat in this era. The next moment, all noise vanished without a trace. Durandal suddenly realized she had been clenching her fists and teeth so hard that her knuckles turned white and her teeth hurt. She sighed deeply, uncertain of the reason behind her anger. Was it because of their defeat in the war against Honkai, or the fact that she had to leave the world behind? Maybe it was both, or neither. She looked at the screen again, but there was no more message. Her farewell to this era was finished. She closed her eyes. She fell into the deep slumber. Gee, that was so dark and depressing. But I kind of feel it might be the true story. Think about it. Master Durandal is so special because she had been through so much. But we still don't have any evidence to back this story. To be honest, I knew from the start that this discussion wouldn't yield any reliable results. After all, I've done so many investigations myself and found nothing. Maybe Master Durandal's past is just destined to remain a secret. But I still love to talk about it with other Valkyries. Why is that? Because it's fun. I love to hear about how other people see Master Durandal. She's like a fascinating book. Different readers who have different perspectives and understanding. Everyone reveres her and admires her. Everyone wants to know her stories and secrets. I mean, it's Master Durandal we're talking about. Our awesome squad leader. What are you two doing here? Huh? Master Durandal! Yes, an era without elevator music is surely over. And it's also over for those two, it seems. Truth is also a myth. We are so sorry. Now it sounds ridiculous, but that was indeed what happened. The two Valkyries came clean about everything they had discussed. Oh no, the air feels solid. Master Durandal must be furious. We touched something top secret, I knew it. We are sorry. We will take it to the grave, we swear. Please, Master Durandal, please spare our lives. We will do anything. Calm down. I'm just speechless from the huge misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? The battles you two saw. Looks like this, right? Wow, the golden armor, the glow! I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I think it was this one. But isn't this your secret, Master Durandal? Are you sure you want to display it like this in front of us? It's not a secret. I didn't tell you about it only because it didn't come up. But now that it's caused some confusion among my Valkyries, then I need to clarify. You mean you're willing to tell us the truth, Master Durandal? Yes, let me start from what happened last night. One day ago, Valkyrie Fitness Center. It was 4:47 AM, the most tranquil moment of the day. The morning sun hadn't risen, but the night shades had become thin. Night birds had fallen asleep, while early risers hadn't awoken. Durandal looked up to the ceiling of the training room, which looked higher than usual to her. Lately, she always fell asleep at 11 and woke at 4. 5 hours of sleep sure wasn't enough, but she was used to it. She would feel better doing exercises and training here, rather than just tossing and turning in bed. She logged in with the username Durandal07. She had this account for a specific type of training. With the noise of a machine operating, the grey walls started to ripple and brighten. The next moment, she was standing under the blue skies. System initiating. Generating training environment, difficulty 9, environment generated, simulation started. Difficulty increased. Initiating hard climate initiative. Storm will cause damage. Training complete. Duration 79 seconds. Not better than usual. Good job. Exiting. you like to take a break, Master Durandal? Rita, what are you doing here? Rita glanced at the camp bed in the corner of the training room with a worried frown. You didn't sleep in your room for 2 days this week. I understand that you want to master the powers as soon as possible, Master Durandal, but straining your energy wouldn't help. What happened? Sorry to worry you. It was nothing important. Durandal walked to the camp bed and sat down. Rita then gently sat beside her. Lately I've been dreaming of what happened 5 years ago. 5 years ago? You mean our journey in the Sea of Quanta? 5 years ago, Durandal, who was an A-rank Valkyrie at the time, was ordered directly by the Overseer to go on a mission in the Sea of Quanta with her deputy Rita. They traveled in a massive, complex bubble universe where they met many people and experienced many things, and finally accomplished their mission and returned to their own world. For some reason, her body was connected to that bubble universe, and the mission was also the reason why she got the name Durandal. Yes, and in my dreams, there was also many things that didn't really happen in that bubble universe. They mingled together and confused me. I sometimes couldn't fall asleep because of that, so I just came here to kill some time. Sounds like you're under too much pressure, Master Durandal. Insomnia and unsound slumber is bad for your health. Would you like some melatonin? Thank you, Rita, but I don't think it's pressure. It feels more like what athletes would feel before a very important sports event. Anxious, but also excited about a great chance to prove themselves. 5 years ago, I came to HQ with the aspiration to be a strong Valkyrie and protect as many people as I can. All I ever considered was to give it my best shot on everything. I can't stand any regret that stems from not trying hard. I still remember you said that my personality makes me unsuitable for my job. But every decision you've made turned out to be good. You've proven that you are a great leader of the Mortal Blades. You've changed a lot these years. I even worry that you might be pushing yourself to be a smileless squad leader. I sometimes had this feeling too, but after these sleepless nights, I started to realize that I never changed. She raised her right arm, a golden gauntlet shining in the light. This very moment, in that world connected with me, there are skies, oceans, and people waiting to embrace the first glimmer of dawn. It was my own choice to shoulder the responsibility of the survival of the entire world. I never regretted this choice. Maybe I'll change a lot after another 5 or 10 years, but no matter how many years have passed, that world and what I had experienced there will always be a part of me until I fulfill my promise. And that journey also shaped Durandal. Durandal gazed at Rita with her blue eyes. Sorry for being all mushy and sentimental, but I'm glad that I still clearly remember all this. That journey with you is the best thing that ever happened to me. I feel the same, Master Bianca. It's admirable that you always have your eyes on the road ahead, but it's okay to look back once in a while. Yeah, it feels good. It's already the morning. Would you like to have a breakfast now, Master Durandal? It's ready. Today I made... let's keep it a surprise. But before breakfast, I think it's better that you turn back to your normal form. If other Valkyries see you like this, it might raise some unnecessary turmoil. Why? What's wrong with this form? You haven't changed a bit, Master Durandal. Huh? Back to now. That's about everything, so in short, this is a form that I can turn into when I use the energy of that bubble universe. In this form I can even travel through the Sea of Quanta. But there's a time limit, of course. Theoretically, anyone who has a stable connection with the Sea of Quanta can utilize such powers. I only understood like half of what you just said, but sounds like the Mops is off the table. So is Magical Girl. There's no magic in the world after all. I didn't say your stories were absolutely impossible. I mean, I don't even know my past. Leaving aside the alien and the future girl stories, maybe I really have something to do with the previous era of Magical Girl. Really? You don't even know your past? Wouldn't you be curious? I am curious, but I can live with it. Actually, I think it's kind of fun to not know my past. To me, it's a similar question as, what's for dinner? Worth a while of discussion, but nothing more. Huh. But that's your life. How can who am I and what's for dinner be equally important? Then how do you define the question, who am I? Huh? If it's a question about names, then the answer is Bianca Atengina. If it's about profession, I'm a Valkyrie working for Schicksal. But neither of them is the answer to this question. To me, what my past was like doesn't really matter. What matters is the future. Wow, that was so cool! Master Durandal, you rock! Yeah, I'm gonna write this down. Anyway, does anyone else know about this? Actually, everyone is talking about this. Oh my, guess I'll have to clarify and apologize to the girls. This is too big a misunderstanding. Maybe I need to call a meeting, or make a public statement. Anyway, you two can go back to work now. Roger! He stood to attention and saluted Durandal, and then walked towards the exit. The shadows lengthened as they left. 5 years ago, in this very corridor, there was also a girl who went forward without looking back. Rita was right. It indeed raised turmoil. Guess I'll need to listen to her more. But I just handled it pretty well, I think. This episode should be over soon. Soon, you say? Soon, you say? Myth, Durandal. Have you heard of it? Heard of what? That thing you didn't know? What thing? You have to make me say it out loud, huh? Alright, it's... Master Durandal is not a human. Discard the useless, delete the fallacious. Life possesses cases. Erase all. That's the Divine Emperor that rules the Sky People. The one that brought the apocalypse to the Dusk Era in the distant future. The Seed of Doomsday and the Witch of Origin. And my former comrade in arms. Can anyone tell me what is going on here? Time is running out. I'll be brief. This world isn't real, and you are the only real human being here. Everything here is data generated by the program. This is a world in a box, created to save human civilization. Just world in a box. In reality, humanity has fallen into sheer despair. The only way left to try was to make all possible simulations of the world to find a solution. But this time a bug called selfhood appeared in the simulation. Number 161014. This is the name of this world, which unfortunately has been assessed as defective and unqualified. The calculation is about to reset, and everything here will vanish. And you, Durandal, are the promoters set here to run this instruction. What? I understand your feeling of shock. I myself just knew about this too. You might be at a loss, but that feeling is also one of the instructions you received from the program. Don't submit to it. Try to understand, feel, and believe your own. Trust us, and trust everything you see in this world. Love, creator, watcher, arbiter, executioner. We survive, you die. All anti-entry members have fallen, and Shixel is also in dire situation. 6 of our 7 branches have gone, and you two are the only Valkyries who can still fight. The Witch of Chokmah is dead. The Witch of Bina is in eternal slumber. The Witch of Hot betrayed us. The Witch of Chest collapsed. The Witch of Gabra lost her wings and could no longer soar. The Witch of Keta fell into the abyss and never returned. The Witch of Yesod built a ladder to the sky with her flesh. The Witch of Malkut melted the latch with her soul. We are the only 2 left, Master Durandal. They didn't sacrifice in vain. The 7 pillars have burned down, and the 13 deities have fallen. The latch is off, and the time of ascension has come. No one in this world can save this world. But you are different. Master Durandal, please help us. I still have no idea what is going on here, but all I need to do is beat this thing, right? Tear Flower of Day. There wasn't any more of those around yet. Nope. Well, that's nice of you. I didn't want to go back there anyways. Follower of the Rhyme Star. Jump, please. Okay. Rhyme Star's seat. Master Durandal's attack is working. It is indeed the amalgamation of all their stories. Now we only defeat its physical form, but the program is still running. This world is still disintegrating. We are from this world, so there's nothing we can do to stop this disturbance coming from outside. There's one last solution. You are part of it, Durandal. You are from outside this world, just like it. You can override its authority, replace it, and create a new datum anchor for this world. But doing so would connect you with this world forever. This world will continue to exist, as long as you are alive, but the disintegration will reboot the instant you die. It's too heavy a burden for an outsider to bear. No need to say more. I like this world, as well as the people I met here. So I don't want this world to end. Maybe it's not a real world. But the feelings, emotions and goodness of human nature that I've seen here are all true. Though my journey here has come to an end, I wish I can still protect it, till the last day of my life. Courage! Intuition. Freedom. Ethics. Prosperity. Reason. Dominance! For the people I like. And their friends and loved ones too. For anyone who understands and respects the meaning of humanity. They have touched me, and I will protect them with my life. Holy Blade, if you can still hear me, and if you still believe I'm a worthy owner of you. Now it's time to break our limits. Meanwhile, somewhere in Schicksal HQ. Do you have any clue about the recent widespread rumor among the Valkyries, Master Durandal? Huh. Huh. Yeah, I also like that reference to Einstein on a bicycle. Well, those will unlock later, I guess. Why is only one of these? I think I should have listened to Aichan at the beginning. Daily investigations include 3 daily stages, Alvita's investigation and 6 X stages, Susanna's story. Clear daily stages to get event tokens. The 3 daily stages open in turn on a daily basis. 6 X stages will unlock one by one as the second cycle of daily stages starts. Clear X stages to require buffs available in daily stages and X stages, and enough styles in clearing X stages to get extra rewards. Huh is indeed the best word to describe what we just saw. I guess I'll do the one thing that is available. Break the flowers on the field to get lots of SP packs. Points will be granted according to stage clearing progress and time. There's a tear flow of dusk around here. Okay, guess that's that. Perhaps I should, Rita. Perhaps I should. Can I do an Eternia speedrun? Stellar Eternia speedrun? Is that a thing? This is a co-op event that's also going on right now. For another 10 minutes. Oops. See if we can find anyone in the very short time that's left. Anyone else that wants to do this at the last second of the day? I should have thought about this earlier. Match successful! This is a weird co-op mode, where you get to choose your own missions in the fight to gain point. Never mind. Prepare to rumble. This is different from what the mission was yesterday. But I guess I don't need to explain this one, so it's better. What are you doing? You didn't do that in the previous fight we had today. Oh, soy. Hey, and that was the MVP. Nice. Night was indeed flowered. Or deflowered, I guess. Victory! Nicely done. I mean, we have time for one more. That didn't take as long. If everyone logs in. Logs in. I think I'm still the fastest. Maybe not. Close. But also, the other team has someone who is very behind. Almost too powerful. Almost. Jump, please. Was not the MVP this time. Oh well. What's the other map? Can we get in to Asu speedrun? Ah, that's the one from yesterday. I think. Maybe. I'm not happy that there is a regular Kiana on our team. So, in this battle you choose missions on soon. What kind of enemy you want to fight, and when you defeat them, You get ammunition to attack the opponent's ship. The opponent team's ship. As such. And then you choose the next mission. You can also fight a support mob to heal your teammates and yourself. And it goes until one of the teams loses. Strong firepower. Stop freezing, please. Special boss. Please excuse yourself. Fuhua. They are still winning right now. Yep. But I was the MVP, so small victories. Small victories. Yeah, probably that Kiana person. Let's look at the scores, I guess. Ah, and that was all of those I can get for today. In the last 10 minutes. Oh well, no, he had a decent team. He just has Kiana as an avatar for some reason. No. Okay. Guess the other team was just slightly faster. Yes, leave the room. Starlit treasure. What's in there? Stellar Class. Exchange for a lottery ticket to win crystal prizes and meteoric wishes. Oh ho. You don't say. Lottery tickets. I love lottery tickets. Where are they? In the mailbox? No, but there's stuff in the mailbox. Titan block. I see. I see and don't understand. Oh, those are items for that mode, I am assuming. Where is meteoric wishes? There. That's my lotto number, don't steal it. Can win crystals. But I think that's most everything I can do for today. I mean, that was a lot anyways, so I shouldn't complain. Shouldn't complain at all. Guess I'll get rid of that energy. So that it doesn't accumulate overnight. Give me something worth spending on, please. Good. Good. Bad. Come on. Yes. And I'm out of energy. As well as resets. Oh well. Well, what did I not talk about is obviously that this is a new character that people can get, I guess. I won't. I'm not even gonna try. At least not now. Maybe when she comes back in the future. Yo, Shadow Beast. I don't have a really good fire type character, so she would be... It's going well. So she would be good for me. But I'm not super interested in her. For some reason, I don't know. She looks cool and she plays fine. So maybe I'll get her in the future sometime. But she is no priority for me right now.
夜も更けてまいりました。早めにお休みください。
You have said that twice now, Rita, and I think you are correct. Started playing 3 days ago. Well, I hope you're having fun with the game. There's quite a lot to do with when you're just starting off. I think it took me forever to play through the story when I first started playing. Not to mention all the difficulties. Yeah. I would say I'm still pretty newbie despite having played for more than... what was it now? For 900 days plus. But it's a really good game, so have fun with it. Hang in there, don't let yourself get discouraged just because you're not the strongest right at the beginning. Especially in co-op. Co-op does not matter nearly as much as some people think. Well, I think that's enough for today's stream. That was 3 hours or something like that. So I wish you all a good night, and until next time when the next story chapter will start near the end of the year. You need help? What do you need help for? Can surely answer a question if you have one. No. Yeah, you got kinda into the end, but open world, yes. What is it about the open world? I think it unlocks at like level 10 or 20. Yeah. That was getting Sakura was also one of my first goals when I started playing the game, because she just looked really cool. But being an awakened Valkyrie kinda means it takes quite a while to actually farm up to her. So it's important to just do adventure tasks that give her fragments, and I do have a Discord, but there is also an official Discord for Honkai Impact, which has a lot of very helpful people, as well as the Reddit has a very frequented what's it called? Daily questions thread or something like that, what it's called. Let's say when I needed help, I always found someone that could answer me within an hour, so the community for this game is also really great and helpful. Not so much the in-game chat. I wouldn't. Yeah, the official Reddit and official Discord can just easily be found in the game, I think, like in here. The Reddit is here, and the Discord is also, yeah, Discord and Reddit are both here. So you can just find them from inside the game, and everyone is free to enter. I wouldn't rely on the in-game chat too much, because it's mostly getting spammed. But on the Discord and the Reddit you will surely find someone to help you with any questions you have. Good. So if you don't have any more questions that I personally can answer really quickly, I'll end it for today. Thank you all for watching once more, and see you next time.